It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. And it's 7 p.m. live from Philadelphia. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. This is America's Popcast. What's the buzz? And I'm joined yet again. God, I don't know how she does it, but she keeps making her way back. Amelia the Pitbull Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. What have you been up to? I haven't seen you in like a whole week.
I
At
know,
least, yeah,
right?
it's been a little
Been
bit.
keeping busy. And seeing
We
my
have
granddaughter.
had, I need to apologize, first of all, to everybody that was expecting to see Alistair Cross and Lacey J. Dalton. We had not one, but two major health incidents last week. Lacey J. Dalton was going to come on the show with vocally only, with her voice only, because apparently she had a sty on her eye and
Yeah,
she didn't feel comfortable, being on camera, which of
right.
course I understand that because you want to look your best when you're going on camera. Okay, so
Absolutely.
now that's one issue. I had my own health crisis last week. I not once, but I had a couple of things going on. I went to an amusement park with my family to have a great day out, and ended up in the hospital that day because I couldn't feel my legs, and it's a scary
Yeah.
feeling. I couldn't feel my legs. I couldn't feel my arm. I said, Anita, give me a hand up here because I don't want to, like, didn't want to alarm her. So I just
Right.
said, help me up. And we got over to our seat and I sat down and I tried to get up. She said, let's go get some food. Okay. I went, all right. I tried to stand up. I went up and I went right the fuck back down. I went, and my body went, boom, you ain't going nowhere. I
Oh,
said, oh shit. I said, Nita, I got a problem here. I can't feel my leg.
oh no.
She went, that's what she went. She went, oh no. I went, yeah, I really, for real, I can't feel my legs. Well, come to find out got to go back about 7 weeks now. I pinched the nerve on my back and my shoulder. And, but I've been like this for like 7 to 8 weeks now, almost 2 months. Well, I'm going to a chiropractor. I'm hoping that will give me some relief. Then I'm going to schedule physical therapy.
Good.
Um, got to go see my doctor. He's got to sign off on my PT. So, they'll pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Can't
need
just
that
make an
referral.
appointment. No, yeah,
No?
you can't just go like, it goes, I want to make my physical therapy appointment. Well, you have a referral? Who said that you needed PT? Well, my doctor.
Right? They said you need
Anyway.
it right away because you do need that referral for it to get paid for these insurances these days and all
Oh,
that.
that's another show we're going to do. Let me tell you
Hmm.
something. We are doing that show for sure.
Yes.
That day in the hospital, we ended up leaving. I don't think we got out of the hospital until 7, 8 o'clock, I got there at like 2 in the afternoon.
Right? Yeah, because it was pretty late that you texted me to let me know that you were okay to come home or something like that.
Yeah, well, I wanted to let you know I wasn't going to be able to do the show tonight.
Right?
I said, need a text, get a hold of Amelia, to text her or whatever, call her, to let her know we got canceled tonight because
Right.
and it just so happened that
Yeah.
you know that it worked out that thankfully, we didn't need to have to do a show anyway, so
Right.
which was good. Anyway,
Well,
so
thank
we've
God
been up
you're
to.
okay.
Well, I'm not okay, but
Well,
I'm here.
you're okay here, but you're okay. You know what I mean?
I'm okay to do a show. Let's put it that way.
Right?
Because I don't need my arm to do a show, and
No.
I don't need my legs to do a show. I just need my big fucking mouth to do a show.
Well,
By
you're
the
here
way, speaking
alive
of my big
and
mouth,
breathing.
I want to show everybody what having a big mouth does. Oh, who's here? Leon. Leon, Rosie can't stand country.
Oh,
What? Leon, Rosie, I love you guys because I can't stand country either. But I'm going
I
to tell you
love
something.
country. It's God's
I
country
don't
music.
like country music. I'm going to explain that. There's a caveat here. There's a caveat. I like old country, like from the 50s and 60s, like Tex Ritter and Buck Owens and Roy Clark, because I met Roy Clark, and it was a nice, and Mel Tillis. I like people like that are no longer with us anymore. But I'm with Rosie. I don't really like today's country music. I'll tell you what, though. What was I going to say? I wanted to show you something, Leon, because I was just saying to Amelia,
Your big
well, I
mouth.
don't need my arms and legs to do a show. I just need my big fucking mouth. Well, my mouth paid off. I want to show you guys something. Let me take this out of here. Hold on. That's from Podcast Addict. That's from Podcast Addict. We got an award.
Yes,
I'm happy about that.
absolutely. We're
Award
happy
for
about
Excellence in Podcast Entertainment, Talk and Variety category, folks. Presented by Podcast Addict Choice to What's the Buzz Popcast and WWTF, WTBR Radio, and Mad Dog Media. That's our parent company, Mad Dog
that.
Media.
Yes.
There wasn't any room on there, I guess, to put, congratulations, Mad Dog and Pitbull.
Right?
So we have to eat shit while the show gets all the credit.
Well, it's a beautiful award, and thank you, everyone. Thank you so, so much, everyone. We really appreciate it.
You know what? Can I say something?
Yes,
We worked our ass off to be recognized.
absolutely.
And I think if you are a regular to this show, like Leon and Rosie, I think that that we work really, really hard to do quality entertainment here. And not only to entertain you, but to enlighten you, to give you news, to give you a feel for the pulse of the country, what's happening, and any given subject or whatever the case may be. Politics, news, sports, religion. Yeah, there's not much that we haven't done here. We've done a lot.
We've done pretty much everything under the sun.
Every category under the sun, and we ain't done yet. We're going to go
No.
back we're actually going to go back and revisit some stuff. Going to go back and revisit some stuff that, some info is coming out about, my friends. Some info is coming out about. The Vatican is eating crow.
Uh-oh.
Yep. The Vatican is eating shit for doctoring Pope videos.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We'll get into that. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I wanted to let you know we are working diligently hard. Amelia is going to get back with Aleister Cross, our favorite horror author,
Yes.
and Lacey J. Dalton's manager, and get a hold of possibly dates for a return show, the one that we were supposed to have, but everybody got sick except Aleister. Anyway, but Aleister was very, very cool about it. I spoke to him, and he's very cool about it. I said, you know what? Hey, thank you. He goes, no problem. So it was all good. So we're going to have Amelia get a hold of them. Probably it won't be. Well, you can get a hold of them next week.
Yes.
But maybe the week after, maybe 2 or 3 weeks out, we could rebook them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They said, just to get a hold of them whenever we can reschedule it, whenever.
Yeah. Well, good. So what's happening in the world, kid?
They're still doing those little riots not little, but unfortunately, these people don't listen. Let me tell you something, Mexican people or people from a foreign land, You've been here 5, 10, whatever years. You had that many years to get your fucking green card or become here legally. Stop it. Quit your fucking complaining. Okay? You're not here
I
for a reason.
heard somebody say it better than anyone else could say it. Here's what they said. I'm going to repeat exactly what they said.
Okay.
You don't get to break into my house and tell me how to rearrange the furniture. The point being, you don't come into my country and tell me what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You earn your way in this country, motherfucker.
Yeah, go.
That's how this shit works. I'm sorry, God. I dropped the F-bomb already. I promised God I wasn't going to
I
do that.
did it already. I did it already for a change. So,
But here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. I understand, believe it or not, I understand both sides of the coin. Because America really is a country of immigrants. There are no real, quote, Americans, okay?
right?
Because the real Americans are the native Indians, or what they call American Indians, natives, okay?
Right.
And there ain't a whole lot of them left. We've done a real good job of killing them poor people off, almost completely off.
That's the sad part. That is very sad.
That's what this country has done. The other thing that we need to remember is everybody's an immigrant.
Right.
Everybody here who was born here came here from someone who is not from here. How do we know that? Because there are no Americans. There are other people from other countries that settled here. That's what you had the Pilgrims for. And the first Thanksgiving with the buying and selling and trading with the natives, with the Indians, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what that deal was all about. People don't understand. Yes, that's a part of our history. It's not just something that they made up in a book. It's real life, folks. It's for real, okay?
Right.
You got to understand something. They came here like we came here, okay? Some of us were blessed to be born here.
Correct.
Okay? But we were born here from people who came here. My grandparents were not born here. They were born in Italy. Okay? Your grandparents were probably from Ireland or whatever nationality. Well, no, from Mexico, because I forgot, you're not Chapman, you're Balerio.
Right.
Okay? Even though I call you Chapman.
You can call me Balerio. That's fine. No, my great grandparents and
Amelia's initials are ABC.
I know.
I'm not even making that up. ABC. Amelia Balerio Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually ABCD. Amelia Balerio Chapman dipshit.
Yeah, they are ABCD.
ABCD. Right? Amelia Balerio Chapman dipshit.
My great grandparents were born here in the United States, but what I'm trying to get a point is, I understand that you want to be here, but
take your time and then just tell everybody how you feel.
You want to be here, you want to come to this country, that's fine. Go ahead and come here, but come do it the legal way. Come get your green card, come get a citizenship, but don't expect to come to this country and get handed food stamps, a free house, a job that you can already come to, free everything for this. Because you know what? I pay my taxes, yes, but I don't pay my taxes for you to come get free food, free housing, a free car, or a job, that you can have. Okay, this is yours, this is yours, this is yours. You know what? We don't have that president anymore. Okay. And you might have your food stamps cut now. You might have your housing, because you know what? It's temporary. Okay.
And you know what? And then Leon makes a good point here. Rosie's parents were from Italy, okay?
Right.
And I understand that your family emigrated from Mexico. They came up from Mexico through Texas, and that's where they settled, in Texas.
Right.
because they were afraid to go too far. So they stopped in Texas.
Right. But see,
Do
they
you know
became
that's
citizens.
I'm not making that up.
No, no, you're
Do
not
you
making that up.
know? Let me tell you what happened. People think I make shit up, okay? There's a thing that we have now, ladies and gentlemen, it's called the internet.
Right.
Okay. It's a really, really great tool if you use it. Okay. Use it instead of like watching TikTok on your phone going like this all day.
Right.
Actually sit down at your computer like I do every day and research. There's an amazing thing called the internet where you can research history.
Yes.
Let me tell you why so many Mexicans settled in Texas. Two reasons, two important reasons. Number one, they were deathly afraid to go too much further because they didn't know what lied outside of Texas.
Correct.
There could have been this world out there that they were not a part of.
Mhm.
Okay. They knew that Texas spoke their language. Okay, so that's one issue.
Yes.
The second thing, going further than that may have resulted in them being arrested and
Correct.
thrown back into Mexico. You see it happening today with ICE.
Yes.
If you're not here, let's put it this way, let me backtrack. If you are here and you're not supposed to be here, there's two ways to rectify it. You can go back to Mexico and come back legally.
Correct.
Okay, they can throw you out and you come back the right way, or you can stay where you are and learn to be a citizen and take the test.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be a brain surgeon to pass the test.
No, you don't.
Who was
You don't.
Amelia? Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
Thank you very much. How
And
many senators does every state have?
what? One senator, right? Two.
Two.
But see, the thing too is you can do, like you said, do it the right way too. And whatever, wherever you want to settle, just settle there. I have family in Brownsville, Texas, Victoria, Texas. I have Del Rio, because like you said, they don't want to go far, and that's like the bottom part of Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have El Paso, we have Odessa, Texas, we have Midland, Texas, we have small little cities in Texas. Just go where you think.
Never mention Midland, Texas again. That's where George Bush lives.
Well, we had some, but they moved away.
Midland, Texas is restricted space,
restricted
airspace.
But
yeah, because George Bush lives there, the prick.
And one other thing is, if you're going to disrespect our flag and burn it, don't expect for me not to retaliate and burn your Mexican flag, because I will burn your Mexican flag.
Well, now I understand. Look, first of all, you got to remember something. What's fair is fair. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's fair is fair. Understand that burning the flag is not, and I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but this is the truth, folks. You can check this out. Burning the flag is not a sign of disrespect. It can be, but it's not a sign of disrespect. It's a sign of protest. When people came here early on, and we formed a country,
right?
Okay, they burned every flag that they made back in the day.
Right.
Betsy Ross, a little seamstress from Philadelphia, came up with this flag that she made. Okay.
Right.
The American flag. It had 13.
Yes, I remember the one with the
with the circle. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Betsy Ross's house, by the way, is still there.
Oh, awesome.
And you can walk through it. I've been through it. A replica of her flag is still there.
Mm-hmm.
The real flag is in the National Archives.
Oh.
Yeah, it still exists. Betsy Ross's flag still exists. It's in the National Archives. It's protected along with the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, all of those important works, okay? The Library of Congress has jurisdiction over it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and I understand people's passion,
Right.
okay? I understand people's passion. You can burn the flag. They did it during the Vietnam War. They did it during World War I, World War II. They'll
Right.
probably do it during World War III because that's coming.
I heard that.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Right.
And that's going to happen. But understand something. If that's how you vocalize your protest, you are allowed to do that if you're a citizen.
Exactly.
Because it's the right of a citizen. Free and what is it? What, I want to get it right. The right to freely assemble.
Mm-hmm.
The right to freely assemble is a constitutional right given to citizens.
Did you hear that, people? Citizens
of the United States. Exactly, Neil. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think you're going to come into my house
Mm-hmm.
and tell me how to set my furniture, you better find another house to go to because I'm kicking you the fuck out.
Absolutely.
You know, and maybe in a body bag too.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing. I respect the fact that they don't want to live in oppression in Mexico. I get it. There's a way to do things, folks. It's not the mob mentality. You know what that mentality is?
What?
I'm going to tell you what that is. You'll understand it as soon as I say it. It's the cartel mentality. Okay?
Yes.
It's the cartel mentality because they got the mob mentality.
Yeah.
Cause chaos, cause confusion. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Who do you think is pushing these people up here? The fucking cartels. You know how many gang members we sent back already?
Gosh, probably by the thousands and
Donald
thousands.
Trump is doing. He's arresting. ICE is out every single day. ICE is. We had them over here in my town 2 weeks ago.
We had him here in Tampa too, recently.
They arrested a woman. The woman was here for 34 years.
Jeez.
Married, her kids, she put her kids through college. Her husband is here, right? ICE detained her because there was something in her history, in her background, that she did not disclose.
Oh.
And all those years here, and she never became a citizen. But because she's a business owner, her and her husband own a restaurant together, and because her children are here, she got real lucky. The ICE officials here in New Jersey, they cut her a big old cut of slack. A big old cut of slack.
Wow.
Yeah. Because let me tell you something. They said, get this taken care of, and then you're good to go.
Wow.
And yeah, wow was right, because they don't do that.
No, they don't.
You know? We just saw what happened 3 weeks ago in New York with a 16-year-old girl on her way to soccer. Listen,
on her way to soccer. Yeah.
Soccer practice. They snatched her up. ICE snatched her up. Okay? 16 years old on her way to soccer practice without telling her parents. Okay? Let me tell you, the shit hit that fan big time. They had to let that girl go. Okay? Because she was born here.
Yeah. She
was born here and she could prove it. So you got to see, again, you know, I agree with Amelia, but but I have another. I because of my age and my
Right.
experience, I have another a set of eyes, another viewpoint.
Right.
Because I saw this. I
Yeah.
saw this stuff happen. But and by the way, just so you know, everybody's saying, "Oh, Donald Trump is deporting record amounts of people." No, he's not.
No.
No, he's not. Donald Trump deported so far 360,000 people. Guess how many Barack Obama deported?
How many?
Over 2.4 million. Over, you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, and they're calling Donald
Okay.
Trump all these different names and stuff like that, and they're calling him an idiot and all that.
Barack
Shut up.
Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. By the way, look in the Bible under what the name Barack Hussein Obama means. You will fucking shit your pants. Okay? It's 3 different names pushed together. I'll tell you, we'll talk about that in a minute. But Barack Obama deported, him and Joe Biden deported 2.4 million people in 8 years.
No.
In 8 years as president and vice president. Joe Biden, when he was president for 4 years, he did more damage in 4 years than Barack did in 8. Okay? Because they were throwing everybody back in the water.
Oh yeah, that was like the worst 4 years of my life. I tell you right there.
There was the worst 4 years of America's life. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Are you shitting me?
That was the worst. And then
Crazy. People, what comes down to, Amelia,
mhm.
is, oh, by the way, I gotta show everybody my shirt.
Oh yeah, let's see that.
How you doing?
How you doing? I love that
How
shirt.
you doing? Sal the Voice. That's from we went to a show, Anita and I and my daughter Shelby. We went to see you guys know what who Sal Valentinetti is from America's Got Talent?
Yeah.
He performed at our local theater here about a month ago. Maybe, yeah, about 5 weeks ago. And we went to see his show. Hell of a performer, hell of a show. Great band. The music was amazing. It was funny. And I was standing right next to him, hanging out with him, talking. My daughter says, "Can I get a picture with you?" He goes, "Absolutely." Of course. And Shelby got her picture taken with him, and he was talking. I talked to him a little bit, and then when we left, I said, "Boy, he's a really nice guy."
Too bad you couldn't be on our show, huh?
Well, I invited him. Of course, I invited him.
Mhm.
But you have to go through like the chain of command. You got to.
Oh yeah, business manager and all the talent.
Yeah, not only all that, but he's booked solid. This guy's always performing somewhere. Plus, he flies back and forth from Florida to New York because he's from New York.
Mm-hmm.
But he and his wife, I think they got like a house in Florida too. Mm-hmm. He lives in New York. Mm-hmm. I think with his parents. When he comes up here, but he's got a house. Him and his wife, I think, have a house in Florida. Of course, he's talking about like Boca Raton.
I'll say we need an hour of your time, no matter what hour.
Yeah, right. How far are you from Boca?
Oh, quite a few hours. It's not too close to me at all. It's we're like in the middle, and I think it's too far.
Yeah, Amelia lives in I think the technical name is called Bumfuck, Florida.
It's closer to Tampa is where I live at.
In the middle of nowhere. I think the technical name of that little town is called Bumfuck, Florida.
It's actually growing.
Where the Chapman family lives and irritate their neighbors. Joseph and Amelia raising hell in their community over there.
No, it's actually growing for a town. It's we're surprised of all these houses going up and all these businesses, and It used to be nothing but land and nothing, and like you said, bumfuck nothing, but it's actually growing.
Yeah. I'm telling you what, lot going on in the world. Let me see something real quick.
Well, did you say something about Barack Obama since we were talking about him that he's
Oh,
putting
yeah.
his 2 cents in where he's not supposed to?
Barack Hussein Obama.
Hmm.
His name is a combination of 3 different nationalities. It's Egyptian,
Right?
Irish,
Mm.
and Hebrew.
Oh, dear Lord.
Don't ask me. Don't. But if you look at what the words Barack Hussein Obama mean in the Bible,
Hmm.
it means the light bearer, one who bears light. Who else is called the light bearer in the Bible?
I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. That demon, huh? That devil
The
himself, huh?
devil.
That's a
The
scary
devil is
thought.
called the light bearer.
That's a scary, scary thought, people.
Well, all you got to do is listen to Barack Obama speak. By the way, just so you know, conspiracy shows are coming. A lot of them.
Oh, here we
A
go.
lot of them with a lot of video and a lot of show and tell. Yes, we're bringing show and tell back, folks,
Yeah.
because everybody likes it and we like it. And I like to put videos together and I like to watch shit. So that's what we're going to
Oh,
do.
absolutely.
The other thing is, what was I going to say? Before we do anything, I got to do a message real quick, folks. And then we'll come back and I'll let Amelia entertain you a little bit. But before I do that, I got to do this. We'll be right back. For expert bodywork and collision repair, there's only one place in Clementon, New Jersey. It's Bruce's Collision Center at 114 Whitehorse Pike in Clementon, New Jersey. Call Bruce at 856-783-1475 and tell him the Mad Dog sent you from WWTF Radio, global and around the world.
Hey Max, what's going on? I'm X, and from this moment on, I'm going to be your own personal AI DJ on Spotify. Let's go. Up next, I know you've been on a summer song kick lately, so I went back for some of your old summertime favorites. See if it warms you up. Next up, some of the music you had on a lot back in 2018.
Do you think of me? Walking out there.
All right, Max, let's get you out of your feels and switch up the vibe. You've been into dance music lately. I got this brand new release to get you moving. Introducing DJ, the best of Spotify made just for you, one tap away. Powered by AI, delivered by me, your very...
And we are back on WTBR Radio 88.7 on the BRS Global Network. People have asked me, what does BRS stand for, Mad Dog? It's Broadband Radio System. That's what we are. We are on the broadband radio system. It's kind of like satellite, but you have to have the net to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to subscribe to get it. You could listen to our show free, but if you're in one of those countries where you need to subscribe, then that's how you listen to us. Like, for example, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, where Nettie Potty listens to us. Remember, we haven't seen her in a long time. Nettie Potty, remember?
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of people from Japan, Australia, and all these other different countries.
Sri Lanka, Ireland. We had people from Germany. Oh my God, England, of course. We got people in Canada. But we had an amazing response. By the way, speaking of England, remarkable response from our guest Eduardo Gonsalves, and I want to make sure.
That's awesome.
Talking about saving the lions and wildlife. Eduardo Gonzalez is coming back. He
Oh,
is coming
fantastic.
back for part 2 and part 3. Because there's no way we can do a one and done one. We just
No,
can't.
too much.
We gotta
too
have
much.
him back. He's coming back. I've already talked to Eduardo. He's going to come back and do part 2 and part 3. So now that's what's
Yeah,
coming.
speaking of
Now,
that, so we have tomorrow a great
what do
guest,
you got? What you
Taylor
got?
Blackwell. Is going to be talking about Julie Tentuta, the
Tell
comedian.
everybody who Judy Tenuta is, Neil.
She is a great female comedian. Back in the day, that you were saying, back in the day, you were surprised that I knew who about her.
I was shocked that you that you knew Judy Tenuta.
Well, I think she's a great female comedian because I think she broke ground for a lot of female comedians to come out and become famous, because she is famous. She is funny to me. I know that a
Well,
lot of
what
her
was
jokes are
it? Let me ask you a question about that, because we're going to talk to Taylor Blackwell tomorrow night.
yeah.
Who, by the way, she has a film that I am anxiously looking forward to seeing called "It Happened," the Judy Tenuta story. Now, when I say "it happened," what does that mean? Judy Tenuta's tagline was always, "It could happen.
It could happen.
It could
Yeah.
happen."
It could
That was her
happen.
line.
That was
It
her
could
line.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was her tagline. It could happen.
Mhm.
Well, the show was called "It Happened," the Judy Tenuta story.
Yeah.
Judy, unfortunately, is no longer with us.
No, that's sad.
Judy passed, and I know someone who knew Judy very, very well. He's a guest on our show many, many times, Jeffrey Mark.
Mhm.
Jeffrey was a dear friend of Judy. And I haven't seen Jeffrey in a really long time. Leon knows who she, yeah, you know she was. Her claim to fame, interesting. Her claim to fame is that she came out as a comedian with an accordion.
Mm-hmm.
And now think about this. A skinny little girl coming out with this accordion bigger than she is,
Anything.
right?
Yeah.
And she played it too.
Mhm.
She played the fucking accordion.
Yeah.
But she was funny.
She was hilarious.
also a part of I know a lot of people don't know this. We're going to talk about this tomorrow night. She was also part of a group called Second City. Now, if you guys are old enough, you remember a show called Second City TV that was on television for a long time, back in the 70s, 80s, early 80s. People that came out of Second City, like Steve Martin, Martin Short, Andrea Martin, Pee Wee Herman, Mark Sodkin, our friend Mark Sodkin, Robin Williams.
Yes.
Oh God! Oh my God! Who else am I missing? Phil Hartman.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Hartman, the God rest his soul, from Saturday Night Live, and a lot of movies. Phil Hartman. Oh my goodness! There's just so many people.
It was better. That was a better show than Saturday Night Live to me. So
John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, they all came out of
yeah.
Second City. And Judy Tenuta was part of that group. She was, in fact, she was really close with Pee Wee Herman.
Yes.
Back in the day. Yep, John Candy, for real. Yeah, that's it. That's the guy, Leon. Thank you, Dave Thomas. Oh, Thomas. You'll know you immediately. Joe Flaherty. Another one. You watch. Joe Flaherty was a member of Second City. He's in a film called Crazy for Christmas. He plays the butler in that movie, Crazy for Christmas. Joe Flaherty. along with the late great Howard Hessman, who you remember as another one from Second City, Howard Hessman, Dr. Johnny Fever, WKRP in Cincinnati, one of my favorite shows of all time. Love it, because it was about DJs, and I was a DJ at the time. Anyway, what else we got coming up? Who's coming up? The Tuesday we got Wednesday.
Well,
Who's coming
Wednesday night we have returning guest Jerry Jewell coming on.
And who is she? If I don't know her, who's that?
Well, she played the cousin of Blair on the Facts of Life.
Jerry on Facts of Life.
Yes, cousin Jerry. I loved her so much. She was just so hilarious. I said we have to have her back as a guest. She is just too funny.
Good, because guess what?
What?
You're going to interview her all by yourself.
No, I'm not.
You're going to shit your pants when that happens.
You're going to be right there and come back on. You've never let me do one by myself.
I'm going to be hiding in the wings going, let's see if Pitbull really has the stuff to be a podcast host.
He's not. He's going to come right back on within 2 seconds because he wouldn't even let me do that with Jimmy. Remember that? He's like, I'm going to let him be surprised. Not even 2 seconds. He's like, hello.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, by the way, I want to say shout out to Jim Fife. And I'll tell you why. Jim got a major interview off of this show.
Awesome.
Yeah. The guy who spoke to me on Instagram, he hit me up on Instagram. His name is, oh God, where are you, brother? A gentleman hit me. I forgot. His name's Arthur. I forget the rest of his name. But Arthur hit me up on Instagram and said, "Thank you, Mad Dog, for Jim Fife." I went, "Okay, I didn't know I did anything, but yeah,
but
okay,
thank
cool.
You, Ray.
Well, thank you." He goes, "I contacted Jim Fife through your show." I went, "Okay, well, that's news to me because you got to go through me to get."
Right, you have to go through.
That didn't happen. So either Amelia did and didn't tell me, or
the
guy's
don't know who
bullshitting
Arthur
me.
Is, but
but whatever the case, hey, look, and he got a big interview out of it. So
fantastic.
And I'm cool with that. I don't know how you got a hold of him, but hey, if I'm glad, Arthur, if you're out there listening, I'm glad we could help you, and you owe me money now.
Right. And we also have on the 8th of July, we have Louise Bruno coming back with her husband, Jerry, but she's coming back as Louise Bruno, not as Cher.
Louise Bruno. That was an amazing she's really scary looking, because I don't mean scary like she's ugly. I mean, she's a pretty woman.
But
she looks like Cher. I mean, her natural look, she looks like Cher.
Yes. She took off her wig and everything. And
she took her wig off first. It's funny.
And I was like, oh my God, that is Cher still without the wig.
Even without the wig and the makeup, she still looks like Cher. And she's coming back, and we're going to talk about the two of them as how they met, how they came up with the Cher show.
Yes.
Going to talk about Jerry as an artist in his own right, a musician, a singer-songwriter. And we're going to talk about some of the other things Louise does aside from Cher.
Yes.
Because she does other characters.
Yes, she does.
And we're going to talk about that. And we're doing a very special, and I want to tell everybody now. In fact, let me bring this up here. I showed Amelia before we went on the air, and I think I want to show everybody now. It's really important. We have a series coming up called What Happened to the American Family. Okay. Now, what prompted this is a couple of things. Number one, over the last 100 years, we've seen the family develop, evolve, break up, get back together, get back together with more people, get back together with less people.
Right.
We've seen families with two moms, with two dads,
Right.
with mom and two dads, with a dad and two moms, with 12 kids, with one kid. And we've seen families where the grandparents are raising all the kids
Yes.
now, that was a big thing back in the 2000s.
Yes, it was.
Especially when people was like, hey, I got to go to work. I got to, money's tight.
Absolutely.
Because hey, I got news for you. Back in the early 2000s, if you didn't live through it, I want to tell you something. It was rough. It was rough. It was tough to make a living back then.
Right.
People don't know how lucky they are right now that they get $25 an hour. Back then, you were lucky to get $5 or $6 an hour.
Oh yeah, I remember when I first started working, I was only making $5 an hour. That was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, no shit, it's a long time ago. Absolutely. Well, people don't understand that. Like, do you understand how hard it is to make, $200 or $300 a week back then?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was hard.
Now
back
people
then.
make $1,000 a week and they go, it's not enough money. Really?
Yeah.
Give me $1,000 a week. I'll show you what to do with it.
Right.
You know?
Especially now when you go from a 2-income family to a 1-income family, that's still hard, and you still have to budget even more.
Right?
Yeah.
People don't, and a lot of people now get paid every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Which means you got, now not only are you down to one paycheck, but now you got to wait 2 weeks to get that paycheck.
Exactly.
So you only get paid twice a month now.
Twice a month. And then people that are suffering that are maybe have Alzheimer's or they're getting dementia, and they're being forced to retire now. And that's the hard part, because I have a lady that was diagnosed with a little bit of a dementia, or the start of a dementia, and she's being forced to retire. Her last day is Thursday, come to find out.
Well, and you know what? See, but that's sometimes, health concerns come up that you have to deal with as they happen.
Yes.
We never want to see anybody. That's the one thing that breaks my heart about people.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Leon says 775. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Yeah. There you go. And think I'm lying?
No,
you think I'm lying? There you go. There's Leon. I made $7.75 an hour in 2001. People, you guys don't know what it's like.
We don't.
To make $7, $8 an hour. Let me tell you right now in the state of New Jersey, you're going to shit when you find this out, Leon. In the state of New Jersey, where I live right now, minimum wage in my state is $11.75 an hour.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
You go to work at McDonald's, they're starting you out at $10.50, $11 an hour. I'm not even kidding you. It's over $11 an hour.
That is awful.
Can you live on $5 an hour?
No, of course not.
You know what $5 an hour is?
That's
$40 a day.
Yeah, that's not
$200 a week.
No.
You can't put gas in your car for $200 anymore.
That's not even part-time work here. It's horrible.
You can't. Now I want you to think about something. Think about what I just said. Leon, please, Leon, you're my backup on this. Okay, I want you to think about something. $5 an hour, $40 a day, $40 a day times 5 days a week, $200. You had to work 40. You had to work 60 hours a week to do overtime at time and a half
Yeah.
to make $400. You had to work 65 hours to do that. Okay, to make $400. Now, I know people that are making 400 a day working, going to work 400 a day. You understand what I'm saying? You're
Jeez,
talking about $2,500 a week, $2,400 a week. You're talking about, we're talking about people that are taking home after taxes, maybe $800,
oh
$900,
yeah,
maybe if they're lucky.
yeah. I remember when I worked at Kmart, I was a
There's Ruffian.
supervisor.
Yeah, Ruffian. Here you go.
Yeah.
My first job paid me $90 for 7 days. Yep. Not exactly.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
$21 an hour. All
Yeah.
right. $90 for 7 days. Now I don't work for less than $21.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous what they even paid Kmart supervisors. They paid them $7.75 an hour here in Florida
For supervisors,
for a Kmart. Yeah,
for a Kmart,
that's what they paid me.
it's time to leave Kmart. Hello.
Luckily, the stores are all closed now, but that's what they started you off here, and that was in 2011.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, every Kmart up here closed. By the way, Kmart as a company declared bankruptcy. They're done.
Yeah.
Speaking of bankruptcy, you guys know the drugstore called Rite Aid, right?
Yes, I've heard of that. Yes.
The Rite Aid is closed for business. The entire company declared bankruptcy. They are done, finished, over. They are done. Rite Aid is done. You've got companies now like CVS.
Yes.
Walgreens. Oh God, what are the other big pharmacy companies? CVS is a big one. Walgreens is another one. Walmart has their own pharmacy.
Yes.
Amazon has a pharmacy now.
Yes.
But you're going to start to see, and you're seeing it happen already, but companies like Amazon, Walmart, Target, they're closing down their brick and mortar stores. You're not even going to go into a store anymore. You're going to do everything online. I know people, my sister-in-law doesn't go into a store. Everything comes off of Amazon. She buys a pack of gum on Amazon. I'm not even making this shit up. She buys laundry detergent on Amazon.
Yeah.
Everything on Amazon. She don't walk into a store. Everything's delivered. And now you got companies like Instacart.
We do Instacart. We do it all the time.
Yeah, buy it home.
Yes. And they deliver it for free here, and we get coupons for restaurants and stuff like that. Doing it that way.
And you're proving my point. People don't even have to go into a store anymore. My daughter loves Instacart.
Yes.
And she works for Amazon, too, by the way. You know?
You know why we did that? Because there's a sinkhole not too far from us that we can't even pass a street.
Really?
Yeah, there's a huge sinkhole that they down.
What happened?
It started off real small, and then they patched it up supposedly, and then there's like a dent, it looks like a soup bowl.
I wouldn't. You couldn't get me to drive past that thing.
Well,
Forget it.
They started people doing that, and then all of a sudden they blocked this area, which is blocked for 4 months, depending on the weather, could be longer. And so people are having to do detours, and they blocked our major stores. So we do Instacart now. So which makes it
listening to the Ruffian says, what if Amazon starts selling weed?
They probably will.
I got to tell Ruffian something.
Yeah,
I said this last week.
you
I'm
did.
not making this up.
You're not. I know what you're gonna
I
say.
live in New Jersey. Okay, weed is legal here. I have just in a 5-mile area, I have no less than 37 weed shops.
Mm-hmm.
All of them doing banner business. I'm not making this up.
He's not.
You can have it delivered. You can have your pizza delivered, your weed delivered, you can have your alcohol delivered, your prescription drugs delivered.
Yes,
You don't have to leave your house, brother.
you don't.
You call up the dispensary, tell them what you want. They'll send it out. Oh, by the way, after you leave there, go to the pizza place, pick up my pie. Go to the liquor store, get my alcohol. Everything's they'll deliver your weed, your alcohol, your drugs, your food, whatever you need. Now, I'm not making this up. Amazon, look it up if you think I'm kidding. Amazon is going into the car business. You're going to sell cars through Amazon.
Oh, wow.
I'm not making a word of that up. Not making a word of the. Oh, by the way, I want you to see something, Pitbull.
Mm-hmm.
See what Leon said, the smoke shop where I buy my cigars.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cigars sells weed.
I'm gonna talk to her boss Angela about getting your cigars.
My birthday's coming up and I want my fucking cigars. I've been waiting 2 years for my cigars.
I'm gonna talk to her boss Angela about
Thank
getting your
you.
cigars. Mm-hmm.
Got to talk to her boss about it. Mommy's got to go over her head. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Look at, oh my God, it's 8 o'clock already. Are you kidding
Wow,
me?
look at that.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens when Amelia don't shut up, folks? Time flies.
Me.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway. But no, it was a good show tonight.
Yes.
We will be here. Listen, tomorrow night, I'm going to tell everybody, tomorrow night we will be here with Taylor Blackwell channeling Judy Tenuta in the new film. It Happened, the Judy Tenuta story. Taylor Blackwell is an incredible young actress and artist. She's a kid, man. She looks like she's about 12, but then again, so did Judy. God rest her soul. We will talk about the life and career of Judy Tenuta tomorrow night. And Wednesday, Jerry Jewell from The Facts of Life will be here. Until we meet you again, please take care of each other. I pray that we see you again, folks. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We never take anything for granted. We never say we'll see you then, because we may not see you. We pray that we do. And, like my father used to say all the time, tomorrow's promised to no one. Well, guess what? We know that. So, until we see you again, I'll put it that way. Until we see you again, God bless you. Be well, be happy, stay safe, and be kind to each other. All right? You do that for the Mad Dog and the Pitbull.
Yes.
We're happy campers.
Absolutely.
Till I see you tomorrow night, folks. Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Meal.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Meal.
Goodbye, Mel.